Hi, 2 weeks ago I saw this confession post and it doesn't seem like a credible source, but I still want to talk about it because it's a possibility and actually matches what most people are seeing in the food delivery apps and other ride and transportation apps. It's titled, "I'm a developer for a major food delivery app. The priority fee and driver benefit fee go 100% to the company. The driver sees $0 of it." Now, like I said, this is probably a fake post because it matches 99% with AI created text, but these kinds of tricks actually use in these apps. It is not even something that I'm trying to prove here because there are actual journalists and investigators that actually proved these issues, and most of them are settled in courts or governments issued some penalties and fees to these companies. You can find them online, but these companies, they still try to get away around the laws to manipulate you into just paying a little bit more to your orders. One of the most common things they are doing is just like making big discounts upfront, but then asking for additional fees in the checkout. These are called drip fees. And actually Canadian Parliament investigated this and ordered DoorDash, for example, to stop doing this. But unrelated to DoorDash, it generally works like this. After showing you a discounted amount, they ask for a higher service fee in the checkout, like 25% instead of 2%. Or they ask for higher delivery fee, which is like normally $3, but now it's for you $12. Also, they might market you free delivery, but they might ask that same amount in service fees. Also, another misleading thing that they generally do is the delivery tips. They might not go to your delivery driver, but instead they might be pooled and then distributed to all delivery drivers as regular payments, but in the means of paychecks, not actual tips from you. So they are just transferring the burden of paychecks to you, users, as in the means of tips. So they are getting a little bit more money from your order while you are receiving the same order and the driver is receiving the same money, but the companies make more profit. There's also dynamic pricing that goes both ways. This is proven multiple times by journalists and other users. They show the users different prices for the same ride or same products. It depends on how you use your app, when you use your app, how desperate you are to use that app. And depending on your purchase history, they might just say, well, this guy likes apples, so let's charge him a little bit more. Or this guy has to go to work right now, so let's charge him $10 more. Also on the driver's side, they also see different prices, different paychecks for similar rides or orders. One of the things that this confession post on Reddit talks about is making a desperation score for the drivers. Allegedly, the apps score drivers about which rides they accept. And if they are accepting even the low-priced rides, then the app keeps giving them the low-priced orders. It sees them as desperate and let's say it gives them $6 while it could show them $15 orders. And also giving them smaller and smaller cuts from the same orders. And I don't know if this is an actual thing they do, but it seems like lots of drivers are complaining about getting smaller and smaller cuts from the orders. There's lots of videos that indicate this. A customer just pays $50 for a ride, then they talk in the car with the driver, and driver says, I'm getting only $20. This confession also suggests that when you're a high tipper user, when you regularly tip $10, let's say, if the app is really going to give that $10 to the driver, it now cuts the base pay of the driver near down zero. And if you are only tipping $2, now it raises the base pay for the driver up to $8. So no matter what you do as a user or a driver, it gives the driver the same amount of money. This post also suggests that if you are seeing a benefit fee or regulatory response fee or driver benefits fee, these are there because of the labor laws in your region, and the wording is designed to make you feel like you are helping the worker. In reality, the money goes straight to a fund that is used for lobbying against the driver unions. This one doesn't make that much sense to me. Of course, corporations really fight against unions, but I'm not sure if they can really go around the laws to divert funds to attack the unions instead of just helping them. I'm not sure about this one. And when we are in the dark about informations like this, we should think about how these companies not just profit but also have to show investor value to keep the lights up. Doing shady businesses is different than doing anti-consumer things. Investors love trusting the company and the company abiding the laws while still making profit. Most of these companies are audited both by governments and global agencies from third parties. It seems pretty unlikely for them to just like transfer these union funds to something else. But maybe they are going around it with the other examples we discussed. Like maybe they can just lower the paycheck to the drivers, so that way if they are paying the union funds, they are not paying that much paychecks anymore. And one last thing, this this post talks about is the priority delivery fee. If you ever used one of these apps, you of course seen the priority delivery option. It fastens your delivery. The post suggests that it doesn't change anything, and actually in the background they are delaying the regular orders for 5 minutes. So to introduce priority delivery, they are not actually changing the deliveries but making other ones slower. Now this doesn't make sense to me. At the end of the day, slowing things down is the exact opposite of what they want as a company. They want more deliveries, and they probably want to be ahead of the competition in that. From the same worker in the same day, you would want more deliveries. You wouldn't want to delay or slow them down. But also in the meantime, what this post gets right about it is to introduce priority to someone, you have to deprioritize someone else. So it's probably not about introducing 5-minute delay to someone else, but it's more likely introducing 2-minute fast delivery for someone and 3-minute delay for someone else. It's just changing the customer queue and making some algorithm magic. But here is one way how priority delivery is not probably so much priority for you. If more people pays for priority, then more orders are going to be prioritized, which doesn't make sense. Then all of the orders in the queue might be prioritized. So depending on the situation, you might not get that much faster delivery, especially in the middle of the day, in the work breaks of everyone. Probably more people are choosing the priority delivery option, and it probably doesn't work that fast for any of them. At least not as fast as just being the only person in the priority queue. Now, as a developer, I also see another algorithm thing about this. To make everything work more efficiently, I would make the algorithm work in a efficient pathfinding way and not choosing so many distant points on the map. I would argue that probably in the background, prioritizing you probably doesn't even care how much faster your delivery is going to be. It probably cares about if they can schedule a driver in a way that it doesn't really messes up their own algorithm in the current state. Because without even introducing any priority, their algorithm probably works in the most efficient way possible. So to prioritize you, they have to change the efficient state of the drivers and connect it in a way that it benefits you, but it doesn't really slows things down for the other stuff. Like if the driver has to detour and go for a 30-minute ride to get you a priority delivery, the algorithm probably not going to favor that option. It is not going to get rid of 3 more orders just to get you 1 priority order. It probably first checks how much time they can give away to you. Like if it is going to cost the driver to make 2 less deliveries today overall, probably the algorithm is not going to change his path. So it is going to look for the most efficient way to get you a priority delivery while also costing the whole system the less amount of delay. And I would say probably the threshold is about that delay. For example, you are C and the driver is going to go from A to B to C, and if you are going to pay for the priority option, going C A B might cost driver to waste 10 minutes, but going A C B might only cost him 1 minute. So the algorithm would choose the second option, but as a result it might not change things that much for you. It might be just 2 minutes early instead of being actual 15 minutes early. A company who wants the most profit out of everything would probably approach it like this. Well, there's more examples and more news articles about these issues, but at the end of the day, you should be looking out for yourself. Of course, any company would want the most profit out of you. Just choose your options responsibly, and if you see something like this, maybe call out on them. Share this video with your friends if you would like them to know about these too, and tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about these? Did you had these kinds of issues before? If you liked the video, please subscribe, and thank you for listening.